So BnkToTheFuture.com is an online investment platform for investing in financial technology, and we help investors build a diversified portfolio in companies that might be involved in the future of finance. And we allow financial technology to have a home that is doing things in compliance with securities laws in order to pull together investors and from around the globe and make sure that we do all the compliance work and the compliance driven with securities laws. Now, when we first started this, it was way back in 2010, and there were about 3 companies in the UK where I lived at the time that were working on allowing people to pull together money online and do that in a regulated environment. Now, at the time, we managed to persuade the UK regulator, it was called the FSA at the time, to allow for this model to continue. And they were the first country to actually allow this, and the market grew within the UK. At the same time, if you listen to the previous video where I talked about my background, I was also invited to the first Bitcoin conference in the world, and the company was really intrigued by and made some early purchases in Bitcoin. And because those investments did so well, we never needed VC funding. And so we were an independent company, and we decided to use the platform in order to actually support the industry. Now, at that time, no one was really interested. There was no such thing as called a blockchain industry. It was just a Bitcoin industry. And the original model that we put together was the regulators would only allow us to have UK companies with UK investors. Now, when we wanted to support the Bitcoin industry, there was virtually no UK companies, and there was not enough investors in the UK that were interested in this industry. So you had to do it on a global scale in order for it to work. And so after spending many years working on our compliance models and different systems to allow for this investing in compliance with international securities laws, we decided personally to relocate to Hong Kong and register the business with the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority, and then work on integrating with international securities laws and building custom processes and hiring broker dealers or whatever we needed to do in order to allow this to happen. And so that's where we started. I wrote the book Bank to the Future, which was forecasting that financial technology was going to change the financial system. I personally wanted to invest in the industry, but I wanted a way to invest very wide and diversify. And so Bliss Dixon and myself co-founded the company, and we diversified across the industry. And really, we just wanted to invest in the industry ourselves, and we allowed people to co-invest in the things that we were investing in. And later, we managed to secure, very early funding rounds for companies like Kraken and Bitstamp and Bitfinex and BitPay and Shapeshift and some of the very early companies that are now big household names in the industry. And that's where it all started for us, and the industry grew, and we went through the disruption of tokens, adjusted our model accordingly. And now as a securities business, we're perfectly positioned to be able to do equity, securities tokens, and traditional tokens that want to sell in compliance with securities laws. And we've got now 65,000 registered investors from around the globe. And we facilitated over $600 million of investment into funding rounds that are listed on our platform.